What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now, we're going to be starting in on the 4-hour time frame. And what I want to do is work from the 4-hour out to the 1 day and kind of show you what I was seeing here for Bitcoin. And first of all, guys, you know how I've been studying on accumulation, market participation phase, and then also the distribution phase of Bitcoin. And I'm curious to see where you think we are in this cycle. Do you believe that we're still in the public participation phase, or do you believe that we're actually in the distribution phase for Bitcoin? Because obviously we know we're well past the accumulation phase. So I would love for you to put it down low, whether we're in that public participation or if you believe we are in that distribution phase right now. And I'm going to give you my opinion as we continue to work through the video here, guys. We're going to start on the 4-hour, work our way out to the day. So if you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we're going to dig into this. So first of all, on the 4-hour time frame, and why it's so important to pay attention to price action and trends. What we need to do, we need to break this downtrend that we've been in on the 4-hour time frame. We've been in this now roughly for about 12 days. So what you can see is lower highs coming in and lower lows coming in. We're trading below our 20, our 50, our 100, and we just snuck up today above that 200 EMA, and this is going to be on the 4-hour time frame. So we definitely need to close back up above that. We don't want to get trapped under the 200 EMA on the 4-hour time frame because it can start acting as overhead resistance upon us. Okay, and we truly haven't been trading below that. We had a couple days over here that we were, but that was all the way back in February 28th, 2021. And now you can see that we've been trading underneath it again. So we need to pop back up, turn that into support, and keep this moving and try to change this trend into higher highs and higher lows. So what you can see here on the 4-hour time frame, the RSI is sitting around 46 right now. Okay, and what it looks like is that we almost have some bullish divergence taking place. You can see we had these lower highs and then lower lows coming in, but you can see we more so almost double bottomed here on the RSI on the 4-hour. So we're going to see if we can change that trend and start moving back to the upside here. If we get into the 12-hour time frame, want to bounce out into this. So the 12-hour, we're trading below our 20 EMA. We're below our 50, and you can see we wicked up to it on this last 12-hour candle, and we saw a little bit of rejection, so we're trying to get there again. But the only problem is you can see this volume. We're not having that massive volume, and typically what you'll see in downtrends is when you have that big push down, it's going to be on heavy volume, and then when we bounce back up, it's going to be on lighter volume. We push down on heavier volume, you bounce back up on lighter volume, and it's the opposite of when you're in an uptrend. Okay, now for the 12-hour though, we're in a little better shape than we were for the 4-hour time frame due to the fact we are finding support and have stayed up above the 100 and the 200. We're not trading below those right now. So a little bit more on the shorter term, that 20 EMA, and that intermediate term, that 50 EMA right now. So we need to get back up above that today, and it's going to take that buying pressure to do so. So yesterday, or the last 12-hour candle that we had, was below average volume. It was a bullish engulfing candle, but it was below average on volume, so we do need to be aware of that. Now, the most important chart, and what I like to do is trade Bitcoin or these altcoins on the 1-day time frame right now. I think that's actually working the best, so you can really see the big picture of what's going on. So what I want to do is go out to the 1-day time frame and show you what I'm seeing here. So the main thing we want to point out, we are, and this is on an indicator here, this is a divergence indicator, so I can show you, you can see how price here has been going up. So we've been making higher highs and higher lows, but the problem was with our RSI, we were making those lower highs. So you can see it actually flashed this bearish divergence for us as price was going up. We are actually losing a little bit of strength. So we do want to be aware of that. That's something that you want to pay attention to. It's not an end-all, be-all, anything like that. You can see back in this area when we had some bearish divergence and we pushed up even higher. It's just something that I wanted to point out to you all. Okay, so keep that on your radar. I want to get that out of here on the 1-day time frame. What we're trying to do now on the 1-day time frame is find this support area. So far we wicked down to this 50 EMA. And that is roughly, that was about $50,000. We have held that as support. Today, if we close where we were at, it would be a bullish engulfing candle, which would be a good thing. We just want to, yet again, see it come on more volume. I'm very critical on my volume, guys. That's one of the things. It will tell you the trend when you're looking at these price action, or looking at the price action, which is most important. So if we pull off these moving averages, you can see we're up above the 50, up above the 100, up above the 200, but we're trading below this 20 EMA. So we do need to be aware of that. If we pull these off though, and we just look at the price action, what we need to do is change this trend again, get it back moving in an uptrend, because in the shorter term, we're in that downtrend. You can see we pushed down, went up on weaker volume, had another push down. We're going to see if this is what breaks. We'd have to go up, come back down, set a higher low, and then another higher high. So in my opinion, $50,889 is going to be the number one area to hold as support. If we do not hold that and we have another move to the downside, I'm going to look at 44,981. All these areas I would put alarms in or alerts in if I were you. The next area is 40,748. I want to try to help as many people as I can, and it's all about price action, support, resistance, trend lines in this space. Really pay attention to that volume as well. Now, if we get into the technicals for Bitcoin, you can see we're very neutral right now. On the 1-day time frame, it's an 8 sell, an 8 neutral, and a 10 buy. Oscillators 1 sell, 7 neutral, and a 3 buy. Moving averages 7 sell, 1 neutral, and a 7 buy. So what I want to do next, I'm going to bring up the Wall Street cheat sheet. Wanted to step back out here, and we're going to look a little bit different. We've been always looking at the log scale. I want to do the arithmetic scale here so you can see a little bit more of the dimension, just in terms of how parabolic that we end up getting here. It shows it a little bit better on the arithmetic. Log scale is going to be for a little bit longer term, but we're just looking from last March up to here. And we'll also look on the log, but I want to do this first for you. Okay, so one thing that I want to point out is we have not had that climax volume yet, that euphoria to where we get that last blow off top and we see massive volume. We have not had that yet. If people would say this was it, I would say that they're wrong, because basically what happened was we kept moving to the upside. Typically, climax volume will mark the end of the trend. Just like over here, you can see how high this climax volume was. That's what started the bull market here, right? On climax volume. So what I would be looking for to end this would roughly be a volume bar equivalent to this size, if we do end up getting that. Okay, now if we go to our Wall Street cheat sheet, I want your opinion where you believe we are. So you can see there was disbelief, there was hope, a recovery is possible. We're past that, in my opinion. Optimism, this is a real rally. We're past that. I believe we're in the belief stage, time to get fully invested in between that thrill stage. So belief and thrill. And thrill says, I will buy more on margin, got to tell everybody to buy. And you can see that happening, that's taking place, between that belief and thrill. Then the last stage is euphoria, where you basically go straight up, that blow off top, and it says, I am a genius, we're all going to be rich. The next one after that, you have this big crash down, then you bounce up on lighter volume. It says complacency, we just need to cool off for the next rally. Then after that, the backside here, anxiety. Why am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking longer than expected because people thought it was just going to be a dip, right? Not an actual trend reversal. Then you have denial. My investments are with great companies. They'll always come back. And then panic. Crap, everybody is selling. I need to get the heck out of here. Then you have anger. Who shorted the market? Why the government allowed this to happen? Then depression. My retirement money is lost. How can we pay for all this new stuff? I am an idiot. Then it moves back again to repeat itself. Disbelief. This is a sucker's rally. So I would like to know where you think we are, guys. I believe between belief and thrill is where we're at. And once we get that next leg up, I definitely believe we'll be locked into thrill, and we're going to have to see what type of overextension we get if we're going to have that euphoria. So please let me know down low where you think we're at for Bitcoin in this stage. Now for the altcoins, I'd say we're a little bit more in that optimism to belief stage, kind of a mixture right in this range. And that's just my opinion on things, guys. I've been in the space for 4 years. I've seen the whole market cycles work out, and that's just where I believe that we're at right now. It's just my opinion, but I'd love to hear your guys' opinion. Now, if we go into the log scale and take a look here, let me pull this back down for us. So this can be a little bit better for looking at the longer term, but I just wanted to show you guys. So you can see right here, you tell me where we're at in terms of the Wall Street cheat sheet. So from this beginning here, so I would say this was all the accumulation phase, right? All throughout here. And then I believe we're in the market participation phase, this whole area right here. And then I believe we're going to get that massive euphoria up to the top. And what that is going to take is getting through 57,762. Then it'd be up to around 61,355. Then I would look to around that large psychological round number of $75,000 is what I'd look at. But we're still clearly in our uptrend, guys. We turn these moving averages back on. You can see we're not below that 200 EMA, and many times once we drop below that, that'll mark that the bear market has started. So we're still trading up above the 50, the 100, and the 200 right now. We just got to reclaim that 20, right? So that's what I wanted to bring to you today, guys. Hope you got something from it. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you ever want to help this channel out, we got some addresses up there in the description box, and it always helps. Take care, my friends.